gratitude to Mr. Yogesh. I also extend my sincere thanks to Engineer VB Singh, President IEI, and Interdisciplinary Coordination Committee Chairman, Engineer Satya Prakash Singhal for giving us an opportunity to organize this webinar. I'm thankful to all the organizing team under the leadership of Honorary Secretary Pradeep Kumarji of III Faridabad Local Center for their relentless efforts in making this webinar a reality. To all the participants, sir, I encourage you to actively engage in this session, ask questions, take full advantage of this opportunity to interact with the subject matter expert. Once again, I warmly welcome you all and I look forward to an enlightening and interactive session. Thank you very much, sir. Please go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your warm and gracious welcome address. Your words truly set the tone for today's event. Thank you, sir. Moving ahead with the program, may I now take the privilege of introducing our panelist, Mr. R. Yogesh. Mr. R. Yogesh is currently working as Assistant Manager at Didactic Festo India Private Limited. He has 14 plus years of experience on mechatronics and electrical technology. Carrying a bachelor's degree in electronics and communication engineering, Mr. Yogesh trained on Fanuc robot and got involved in various mechatronics application design and implementation, provided technical support for lab Volt product series, and provided training to government and non-government institutions and industries on Festo training equipments. We welcome Mr. R. Yogesh and invite him to deliver his talk. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sir, I think you are on mute. Please unmute yourself.
I think Yogeshji, you can disconnect and reconnect. Maybe there's some technical issue. Yes, now you are audible. Can you just say something?
Hope I'm audible right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
yes, sir. Please share your screen.
Sir, I believe you are again on mute. We are not able to hear you, sir. Yogeshji, you have joined from two devices. One of the device is on mute and one is audible. Can you check which one is audible? Yes. Now your voice comes.
No, I think this is the only thing system actually I'm having it.
No, now we are able to hear you.
Okay.
Because our screen is showing two systems. You are logged in with two systems. Our system is showing.
Okay, but I don't have.
Pradeepji,
I have.
can you
Okay,
help him?
okay,
Pradeepji?
Ugeshji, can you now share?
Sure, sir. Definitely.
It goes into mute mode. It goes into mute mode.
So what we can do is,
Let other person share it.
Neetu madam, can you share it?
Yeah, sir will have to mail or WhatsApp the PPT to me, sir.
Ugeshji, Ugeshji, you please use, send your material to Neetu Gupta or me, and then you only speak and we can share it.
Till the time we sort out this glitch, I am really thankful for all the participants who've joined us. Very many thanks for the patience. It's a wonderful day today, and we'll have a good session out here once we are out of these glitches of technical world, which normally we face when we have important things coming up. But very many thanks for bearing with us. Uh, Talking of the subject today, it's very pertinent for the today's generation, artificial intelligence. And then we're talking of industrial internet of things. Both things are very essential in today's world, and there's a significant transformation which we have seen in industrial automation. We are getting into more efficient and sustainable solutions. And you would agree that these technologies are enhancing the productivity, and they are also redefining the way industries operate, they adapt and thrive.
हेलो। हाँ
Yeah,
सर। ये आपको मैं ये व्हाट्सअप कर रहा हूँ, ये आप इनको शेयर कर सकता है क्या आप? नीतू
हाँ,
मैम से।
we will share.
वहाँ यहाँ पे मेरे को म्यूट हो रहा है।
Okay, you say you give it to me.
One sec. I think I have gone. I have back online. Okay, thank you. Okay, okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, gentlemen. I think now I'm audible.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
are
are.
audible, sir. You are audible. Definitely, you are audible.
Uh,
Yes, now it is one system. You were logging with two systems earlier. Again, it's not audible.
Okay, see, you share with me, and then I'll share.
I think there's still the problem goes on.
no,
Please.
the problem happens whenever I'm trying to share something.
Yeah,
You know.
you can send it to Pradeep ji. He'll share it. So you don't need to actually unmute every time.
But unfortunately, like my presentation size is bigger, nearly about 400 MB.
Oh,
Can you please help me with unmuting all the accounts so that we can run? Is it possible?
we are able to hear you now, but
I don't know, like whenever I'm trying to share the screen, now you can see I'm trying to share the screen now.
how do you share it? You share once you press the button share, what comes?
Here I could see, like there are three options: Microsoft Edge tab, window, and entire screen. I'm selecting entire screen
Yes.
and also share system audio.
No, on the right hand side, you can say share sound also. Just see
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Hmm. Well, no, it is again on mute.
So once I
And
do that,
and
it automatically
if you
goes.
don't share that sound, then
Sir, Ugesh sir, please,
Yes, sir.
just 1 minute, sir, I will interfering. Sir, please, first of all, open your PPT in your desktop. Do it, sir.
Yeah,
Keep it open, the first slide.
yeah,
Then you please put on your share screen button. After opening your PPT, sir, on your desktop, please put on your
yeah,
share screen button.
yeah. I'm doing it.
Now, please go to your that thumbnail view of your PPT, sir.
Yeah.
Please share. Yes, it is coming.
And how about the audio? Can you people hear me?
Yes, sir. We can
we
hear
can
you,
hear
sir.
you, sir. We can hear you.
Perfect. But
It's
this
perfect.
is really strange for me right now.
No
I'm so
problem, sir.
sorry.
You can do
Okay,
slideshow
sir.
and
Please,
start.
please, please go one
Yeah.
by one. No issue. It is your first slide. Please.
Okay. So we just started, like I was trying to explain, since we are a German-based company and having a global existence, and right now we are celebrating 100 years of being ourselves in the market in that way, and based on the high knowledge what we have gained by providing solutions to industrial market, we also parallelly do kind of didactic solutions where people can able to get enriched on the technology in that way. Let us begin with the topic without further delay. So right now we are all living in era for industry 4.0, and if you look back we can see, like all the industrial production started with mechanization, powered by water and steam, so that the production was happening during 1780s, and it took around 100 years for the next revolution where industrialization was happening. So that was happened for the reason for mass production in that way. That happened because of the invention of electricity. So we were able to do mass production with the help of invented electricity, and parallelly again it took another 100 years to go for industry 3.0, where we took help of computer and electronic based solutions, so that we can able to upgrade the mass productions in that way. And right now we are all living in industry 4.0. Yeah, that has started around the year 2010, we can say, where we can see the digitalization and adding artificial intelligence, and of course digitalization and connecting devices were a big part in industry 4.0. And by the time we are about to adapt fully on industry 4.0, there is already a kind of discussion happening for industry 5.0 right now. So we are about to touch the transition period from the industry 4.0, and we are about to leap on to industry 5.0, where we can see the human centered solutions for industrial automations. So where in single platform a human can collaborate with the machines in that way. So as a first footstep for industry 5.0, right now we can see there are a lot of activities going on with collaborative robots that been inspired for industry 5.0 right now, where human and of course machines will collaborate in a single time frame in that way. So let us still try to understand industry 4.0, where we can see the artificial intelligence and industrial internet of things, and having smart sensor where there. So what is the main reason for getting ourselves evolved over the period? If you ask, we would say it is mainly for enhancing the efficiency of productivity and enabling safety for the humans or operators who are involved on day-to-day industrial production activities. And of course, that should lead to quality product. And we have to, I mean, as an industry should make sure that they should have their finished products on time on the market. So for these are all the primary goal for having industry 4.0 in that way. So the main advantages of this would be like, as I told you, like we can able to achieve high productivity by means of enhancing the performance of the machines. So how we can able to do that? We can get the help of artificial intelligence, which can always learn continuously, and always we should create a system which always detects the anomaly, and based on that it should inform or alert us before anything happens. And we should save as much energy as possible in that way, so that the production cost can be reduced and profit can be increased in that way. And we should have an intelligent system so that we can have fewer number of rejects, and of course an improvised planning on maintenance of industrial machines, so that we can try to avoid as much downtime as possible in that way. So just imagine, like if the machine works, and if we could not able to predict when the machine can might get failed, we might have to stick it with the scheduled maintenance activity. But right now we are in the era, like we have to do mass production and produce the equipments as much quick as possible, that so that we can always sustain the market in that way. So let us talk how we can able to resolve this by means of adapting digitalization. Right now we are in the era where we our primary focus would be on digitalizing everything in that way. So how it going to help us onto our day-to-day life? If you ask, we would say, like by means of digitalizing everything, like we can able to optimize the productivity and quality and quantity, etc. So let us see how far we can able to incorporate digitalization. So digitalization can be implemented in different ways, like that begins with organization. And of course there would be a PDCA cycle, where we can see different stages, like starts with organization, and we can talk about a little bit about products, and we can even share a couple of success stories, and joint value propositions and joint approach, etc. As an organization, how organization or individual can able to go for implementing digitalization. As a solution providers, how the implementation of digitalization is possible by means of interacting with digital experts. So when a customer comes with requirements, digital experts will listen to the requirements, and they will create a solution platform, like that we can put it in solution engineering. So once the requirement has been freezed, so indirectly what we do, we just make the digitalization of data, so that whatever activity happens in an industrial process, that would be converted into zeros and one datas, so that in and around the machine, so that we can always have the ability to monitor the machine, and we can able to predict, that's what the key role in industry 4.0. If you ask, the main thing comes here is like smart maintenance. How we can able to do it before the machine gets failed, the machine should declare to us, in coming days, like I might get failed, so that what we can do, we can able to do all the preventive actions, so that the machine will never go to that down time in that way. So for that accumulation of data, like we need to have a kind of software which can connect devices, like with cloud, where the pulled data from the machines around the machines can be saved in somewhere, maybe cloud or local cloud, whatever it could be. And then the stored data can be analyzed, so that again there should be a software that governs about all the data flows, etc. Finally, we can end up with creating a product for a particular solution, etc. That's how we can able to create a digitalization. Sorry. So here we have different stages of creating digitalization, if you ask. So we would say, like there should be a kind of softwares which would ease our selecting components, because right now, since we are in transition, and let us say industry 4.0 period, so we should have all the systems as much smart as possible, so that the smart systems can start communicating to us back, so that it can give data apart from its day-to-day activities. So we should rely on some softwares. So softwares can be used for choosing components, right components, intelligent components for any desired applications, so that we should have connecting devices, so that the data, whatever we are getting it from the sensors, let us say, that should be processed to a cloud. On the other side, you can see.
Okay, sir,
Yogesh, yes,
your
sir.
slides are not moving actually. And you please put the slides in the
Full screen mode,
full
sir.
screen mode.
Yeah, it is in full screen mode only. Where may I know which screen you are seeing right now? I am running the fifth. This is really pathetic.
Sir, please change your slide, sir. You only for first slide is for.
We are in the first slide only.
Oh my god, how this thing is happening? We had even had a trial, right? So just let me stop share and share again. Sorry.
No, it
No.
is. It was on the 11th slide now.
Okay, okay.
Uh, but first it was struck.
Oh, okay. And that may be because of
Sir, please go to your PPT only, not
yeah.
not this window. Only your PPT after share screen.
I think now it's
Yes,
okay.
now it's coming.
Okay.
Click
So
the
the
Full screen
slideshow
mode,
and
please.
have a full screen
Slideshow.
slideshow.
right now I'm on full screen. Is it okay?
Sir,
Hello.
on the right hand corner, you can see an icon in the shape of a notebook. You can press on that icon.
Okay. Oh, that is different. No,
On the right hand corner,
right
at the
side.
bottom, at the bottom, sir.
No, I could not able to see anything here.
There is an icon in the form of pages, sir. Can you see that?
One sec.
Bottom right corner.
Or you can press F5. Na? F5 is there. Na?
No, I'm on the full screen only, sir.
Okay, but it is on here. Here we can see.
Ah,
You
We
need
can't.
to do slideshow, sir. Slideshow. Go on the top. There's a slideshow button.
no, I'm doing that only. But this is really strange, you know. One sec. I'm just
Again, share it,
sharing
sir.
it again.
Again,
Can
share
you
it.
see?
Yes. No, yeah.
I have
Oh, no, no, it is not moving.
Okay, sir, please
right
Okay,
continue.
that
right
is
now I'm
okay.
showing. Now I'm showing full screen only.
Okay, sir, please continue. I think some.
What's going on here? Now?
Sir, bottom right corner, you can see some icons.
Ma'am, he has done that. He has done that.
Okay.
He's done that. But I think he's not able to get it through.
Then it's okay, sir. We can continue this
Sir,
way.
you can manually move the slides then, please.
Yeah, now whether you people can able to see the changing in screen?
We are seeing your 12th slide, sir. 12th, number 12 slide.
Is it frozen?
Yeah, sir. It says, what does digitalization mean?
Oh shit. What's happening with me?
Can you reshare it, sir?
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
close it and reshare it, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you upload this on a drive so that any one of us can play it for you?
Yeah, that I can able to do it. Can you please just WhatsApp me? Is it possible?
WhatsApp, what? Dr. Pradeep is there.
Yeah. I have shared to Dr. Pradeep already.
Dr. Pradeep, can you see you have the PPT? Can you play that?
Okay, let me see. You have shared on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
That number ends with 66743.
Okay, okay, let me see.
Pradeep Kaushik. I'm really sorry. This is the first time, you know, like all after all these years, I'm having this issue here.
That is why there's the importance of AI and IIoT.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to equip ourselves. That's more important. The
Yeah.
technology is coming,
Yeah.
and the system should be there to take care of it.
Ugesh, I have not got, I haven't got yet. You have sent
Okay.
by mail or on WhatsApp? I did not see.
Sir, please forward it to my mail, sir. Please.
You can forward it to institution mails, sir.
Sir, please forward
IIBA.
it to my
400.
mail. Kingsuk.co
400. It is
901.
4.
Please forward.
No, it is 400 MB. What I can say, I
Hmm.
just can any one of you can check with Mr. Pradeep Kumar Kaushik. Is it possible? Or
Pradeep,
just ping me in WhatsApp. You know, like my number is 99.
Sir, if I want to share it from here, I have to take it in my mail only.
no
No.
problem. Kinshukji, don't bother. Dr.
Okay.
Pradeep, Dr. Pradeep,
Yeah.
you can just talk to Yugeshji on phone
Okay.
and give him your number and ask him to share it to you.
Okay. Okay.
That that would be great. Yeah.
We are sorry, all the participants. We are very sorry for this technical glitch, and this happens normally. But the first time Faridabad local center we've encountered this. This is a very peculiar situation, but we can just in a couple of minutes, I think we'll tide over it.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, you know, like let us even discuss. Let us have a open talk without slides. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's.
I'll just Yogesh in the meantime, I'll just read a couple of questions which people have asked.
Yeah.
So one of the gentlemen has asked that Mr. R. Yugesh, what is
Mm.
the future scope of IIoT in automation? So if you can just tell them what is the future scope in automation.
So in the future scope of automation would be, you know, like having, as I told you, let us target about industry 5.0. It's
Mm-hmm.
all about like a human centered process, because right now we rely on artificial intelligence, so that what we do, we place a AI there, so that he will act like a colleague buddy to us, so that he will start learning every day and he will improvise it, so that when we say AI, we would say, like the AI have been designed in such a way so that it can take a decision neurologically, in that way, the way how human takes a decision at the crucial time, it's like that, in that way. So the future scope would be like, you know how human can collaborate with the machine directly, in that way, so that exchanging of signal would be as much easy as possible, in that way. One sec,
Okay.
I'm sharing. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me just share
Yeah, you can do. Please do
my
it. Please do
slide.
it.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, you can read the other questions, sir, if it is
Yeah,
possible.
other question says that what is main work carried by you in Festo?
Okay, that is good question. You know, so here what we do, we I'm actually a kind of one of the trainers in Festo, where we provide training on different technologies, in that way. Like that includes factory automation and process automation
Mhm.
and electrical technology, etc. In that
Mhm.
way. So the way how Festo works here is like, as I was explaining, I'm not sure whether you people have heard or not. During my first couple of slides, I was explaining how Festo end up with creating training solutions. So as we are in the market for around 100 years right now, our company started during year 1925, and right now we are celebrating 100 years in market, in that way. So over these years, like we have provided solutions in automation field. Right now, the automation got segmented into different segments. Let us say, like metal industries, food and beverage industries, automobile industries, printing industries, etc. So as you see, we have dedicated group of people who provide work on the solutions for um, entire business unit departments, in that way. So by providing solutions, whatever knowledge we have gained, that we confine into a kind of training system that we propose to institutions and industries, where they can able to use that as a tool to enrich their own people, so that the technology can be reached everywhere, so that they can able to exploit the technology. That is what our motto is here.
Mhm.
On that ground, like Festo has around 200 training centers globally, in that way. I have already shared that presentation. In the meanwhile, you can check, Dr. Pradeep.
Yeah,
So
I'm doing it. Is few seconds I'll do.
okay, sir.
That's what.
So out,
That's wonderful.
out of this, and even I can state one example. Like Festo worked closely with the African government for water treatment, and the knowledge, what they have gained by providing solutions for water treating, that they can find into training systems. Right now, we have the training systems, and we propose it to institutions and industries, so that we always try to bridge the gap between what industry expects and where institutions lacks, so
Mhm.
that people, our main and prime focus would be bringing people industry ready. That is what our primary motto is.
I think Pradeep ji has shared it, the
Perfect,
PPT now.
perfect. So can you please run on to
Yes, yes. Now it's perfect.
Yeah,
okay,
is
can
it
you
okay?
please run on to the 12th slide, maybe? For me it looks smaller, but that is okay. Yeah, so we will just explain. I hope you people might have heard properly. I think so. Like even we have talked about and what is the reasons why should we have to go for industry 4.0, like having higher productivity, like if you see overall equipment efficiency, we need to increase, and people talk about sustainability and quality, etc. And we should always focus as a industry. If you look into industry, will always focus on increasing the productivity. How we can able to do that? We should have machines that should run round the clock and in a more efficient way, and we should avoid as much fault as possible, so that there should not be any rework or rejects in the process. So how we can able to do that? By means of introducing AI and related technology in it. Yeah, please move to the next slide, sir. So to ease that work, like we always connect it with digitalization. So here we intend to talk about having digitalization in different phase. Like let us talk about how an organization can start thinking about implementing digitalization in the process. And let's see, like we always talk about the product as well, and we can share a couple of success stories as well, etc. Move to the next one, sir. Organization, if you see, we have already defined about this thing, like digital experts will listen to the requirements of it, and then they will go for the development of software, etc. So that is there. And here in this slide, like you can see, in one line we should choose right components for the right process, and especially documenting the process or production plan, like that could be, like the choosing the components, and selecting the trajectories, etc., of robotic movements, etc. And that should be confined or converted into documentation, so that we can always stick with what we need in that way. That can be incorporated to cloud IIoT applications. Can you please move to the next one, sir? So in this slide you can see, like as a supplier point of view, what we do, we to make the work much easier to the customers. Customer, when we say customer, that is industries and institutions. So we there should be some softwares which make our searching the right components, searching of right components as much easy as possible. And it should always have some kind of intelligence, so that it should guide right component for the right solutions, etc. That should be there. And when we are planning for the digital twin, like you should document all those things appropriately, so that we can have the parallel work, global things works on the other side in that way. And whatever components we have chosen, that should be connected appropriately to the field devices. And of course we connect it to internet through some gateways, so that we can accumulate the data, and then we can have a software which will perform all the engineering activities. So do it will do some magic in a layman way, we can say. And finally we can able to reach to the end results in that way. Can you please move to the next in that way? Yeah. So here we can see, like in order to create a IIoT infrastructure, like we have implementation of artificial intelligence here. The system will have the tendency to learn every day to day, because right now we are all in the digitalization world. The employee should learn every day. That has become a kind of main strategy on any industrial organization right now. So the AI systems will start learning the things, and then it will convert into process in that way, so that it can make our work like it can able to do predictive things in that way. So we should build a system. Yeah, can you please stick with this for a moment in that way? So we have no, the next one I can explain the next one. Yeah, please stay here. So here, let us talk about Festo AX, because right now we just sharing what we have right now for industries as well as for institutions. So AX would be a tool where we can connect all the sensors of different process at different places, where we can able to perform different things what we could able to do possibly. So here, if you see, we can able to predict or conserve the energy by means of doing energy monitoring and leakage detections, etc. So here it's all about pneumatic conservation of energy in that way. And of course, when we talk about connectivity, uh, in industry 4.0, it's all about, it's a combination of IT and OT, information technology and operation technology. So at one end it deals with hardware, the other end it deals with software. When these two combines together, we can able to create a efficient system that can able to give all these key salient points, let us say smart maintenance. So we have a tool called Festo AX. With that, we can able to establish smart maintenance that could able to create or even able to tell you before it happens, or if there is any incident, it will always monitor that incidents and then it will learn from that incident and it will proactively tell. Just imagine if we are all living in industrial area, like a sensor keep on giving some data of any physical events happenings. But imagine that if any anomaly happens, let us say if somebody unknown unauthorized person trying to tamper a sensor, if the sensor are smart enough, if it could able to give us a feedback, like somebody trying to tamper me like that, so that we can able to enhance more security, etc. All this comes under intelligence here. Yeah, please move to the next one, sir. So here, by which we can able to go for predictive maintenance. So the main objective is what, like we can able to increase the maintenance process, that is basically like in any typical industry, production industry, if you see, in a year, couple of days they will plan for scheduled maintenance in order to make sure all the machines are intact. But they are all living or standing on the sharp edge of the knife, like they always worry when the machine might get failed. So there, like they always have a kind of documentation in that way. Just imagine if the documentation converted to digital data. We have intelligence placed in the form of software that analyze the data and it predicts. For an example, like failure of cylinder. Can you please move to the next one, sir? Prediction of failure. So here we can see how that solution can be provided by means of having vertical strategies or horizontal strategies. When we say vertical strategy, it's about that particular technology focus. No, so the previous one. Yeah, please stay. So here, let us say here you can see the software can be pipelined to the particular segment, like automobile industries or food and beverage industries. So that could be exclusively mapping for that particular applications alone. Whereas in horizontal, benefit of going for horizontal is at any moment of time we can always switch from one business unit to another business unit. Like it is technology centered rather than application centered. So that adapting new things would be much easier. So you can take a best example of ambassador car, like earlier everybody fond of having ambassador car, but right now where it is, nobody knows, because like it does not have a tendency to upgrade itself in that way. And there were a lot of government like things changes was happened, and that has entertained people or companies from other countries to come in and to do the sales in India, so that because of which ambassadors no more here. Yeah, please go to the next one then. So here I would like to share one of the success stories. Like here in this video you can see the machine is used for feeding the workpieces to the oven in that way. In case if you are not having any intelligent system, if the cylinder fails to pick and place the component, then we might have to stop the process. So that might lead to loss of industries, like whereas when we put the digitalization in place, that can able to give the data, strategical data, with which we can even able to predict like when the cylinder might get failed. So by that way we can able to save a lot of money out of it. So that is one key role here, like and especially by implementing Festo AX is actually a software where your machines can be connected to that app, so that the app will have intelligence by its own already designed, so that it will start acquiring the data from the sensors what you have around the machine, and it will predict and it will display on the dashboard, like this is this is what you've been doing, and this should be taken care of, etc., etc. With that feedback we can able to reduce the running cost of the machines as well, because that is very much required when you go for efficient systems around us. Can you please move to next? Okay. So here, by means of having intelligence, we can able to reduce the downtime by 20%. That can give a big leap on the growth of any industries in that way, that we would say. Yeah, please go to the next. So in short, by having intelligent softwares like Festo AX, what we can do, like we can able to increase the efficiency, and we also see the transparency as well. The software can be connected with any kind of environments, so that that can reduce as much energy consumption as possible, and it can able to help you in predictive maintenance, so that before the system fails, it can give you feedback, and of course you can able to collect the data, store it in cloud. So there we can see IIoT implementations. So when we ask ourselves, like how far we can able to travel on IIoT, how far you can able to dream of, that far we can able to travel on IIoT. So there is no limitation at all. There is a spontaneous growth on IIoT all the time. Yeah, please go to the next one. So here you can see on the industry 4.0 pyramid, like where we can see all the building blocks can be connected together, so that a proper building can be built in that way, by means of aligning your IIoT and digitalization strategy, etc. So it's like connecting all the puzzles all together, so that we can able to get a clear picture. In short, Industry 4.0 is all about digitization of data, documenting everything on a digital platform, and placing an intelligent software over there, which can analyze the available data, and then it can able to predict, and always have maintenance log as well, so that what happened in previous year, if somebody want any data, we have the system that can able to support you in seconds. It can give you the data immediately by that way. So there, here to ease the work, like there are different verticals of industry 4.0 layers can be connected, like physical layer and data layer, etc. We can keep talking more and more about that part. Yeah, can you please move to the next? Yeah. So here you can see the software itself has inbuilt in AI, which can learn from the connected devices, etc. And it has some predefined synergical things that can able to help you to make it work as much easy as possible. So it can leverage in adapting new technologies, etc. Can you please go to the next? So here, this creates a new set of job requirements in around the world globally, in that way, so that the software should have the ability to learn things in that way. So in short, we can say, if you pick up any process, so we should have right components, so that that can support to the migration of digitalization basically, and where we can able to put on some magic, so that we can able to achieve the output out of it. Can you please move to the next? So the process is basically a suitable process. If you go to the next slide, I will show you a few things, like so first we should understand, like what is the actual requirement, and then like how far we can able to measure the transitions of it in that way, and what all the data maximum we can able to get out of it. So the solution engineering team would be providing the right components for right applications. In that way, you should have intelligent sensors, and you should have the connecting devices to do all kind of aggregations, so that all the data pool can be dumped on the cloud in that way. And you should have a strong database architecture in that way. So how can we able to achieve it? So if you see, there are two verticals of solutions we can able to think of. One would be software, where it should enable the continuous learning. Can you just go to next? So that will lead to LX. The LX is actually what we provide is a digital platform, where all the courses being placed in digital content in the digital form. In order to learn about the present scenarios in industries, we should have hardware which can imitate the industrial process. So for that, we have solutions like modular production system, MPS 400, or cyber physical laboratories with AI on board on it, so that we can always practice, or we can get acquainted with such migrations, like what's going on in industry. We can parallelly learn without stepping our foot inside the industry. Yeah, so that could be done in that way. So here, if you see, as a overall, we can connect all these matrix together in that way. So the blending of things in that way, we should have smart components in that way, and choosing right technologies, and of course, like having good connectivity, and of course, to do showrunner would be a kind of intelligent software like Festo AX. So from Festo we provide AX. So likewise, any industries, they might have their own specialized thing in that way, which can able to make others work much easier. So that should have ability to connect, interconnect different industrial technologies like machine learning, edge computing, and collecting data. So where we can able to learn everything from data, like we can do deep learning of it, and cloud computing, etc. And by providing solutions. Go to the next one. So here, if you see, like we should focus on the learning systems which can able to help you to learn about the present scenarios. And of course, with that learning kits, like we can able to develop a workforce team in that way, so that they can get fit into industry environment in that way. Why this is totally blur? So here we can reach out to artificial intelligence in that way. Can you please move to the next one? So I would like to show you a little video of it. You go to the next one, I will show you. Yeah, can you please play? So here you can see there is a, yeah, it is playing. There is a ready-made system like Festo AX. It's a intelligent software for predefined scenarios. So like any automobile industry or any other industry, if you see, the expert engineers, they have already planned those things in that way, so that in this, all we need to do is connect the data. So when we have intelligent softwares like this, like you need not to think about investing a huge amount immediately, I mean, as an industry. So they can able to adapt it as easy as possible, so that as far as the investment concern for implementing AI, it would be very few in that way. So let us say, um, for doing predictive maintenance for single cylinder, for a year they might have to do 16 euro of investment, so that with that they can able to predict the particular cylinders efficiency of it in that way, so that the pool of data can be analyzed and that can be processed. Move to the next one. Yeah, we're running short of time, sorry. Can you please move?
Right now in this application, the Festo AX software is taking the data from Festo devices that are underneath this lower deck here. We'll use the sensors that are already in the process, already in the machine. Right now it's doing a leakage detection process, and we can tell what step it's in and what mode is running right now. The VTEM is doing a leakage detection app, which is app 12. We can tell that by looking at the dashboards that were created using Node-RED. See the health index. This is the global overall health score, which is increasing because now the timing, I think, of the VTEM axis is now running properly. And you see right now the overall health score is 100% on the machine. So this is a global health value. And if we come back to the AX dashboards, all that data is coming from AX AI software. We should start to see a degradation in some of these.
Let us move on to the next. We have plenty of things to do, talk about. Next.
Right now in this application, the Festo AX software is taking the data
Please
from
move to the next
Festo
one.
devices that are on.
Yeah. So we can able to blend everything, like we can able to connect all the emerging technologies all together, where we can think about different verticals of industrial process. That would be a kind of connectivity like OPCVA and cyber physical systems, and IIoT retrofitting. That is another possible growth area, where we can say, as one of your attendees, they asked what is the growth of IIoT. Like there we can always think about retrofitting things, adding new elements on the existing process, so that we can always improvise the production process in that way. So please go to the next one. So to do that, like we should always measure the skill gap, like what actually industry looking into, and what we could able to provide, how far we can able to train the people in that way. So it's our responsibility to train the people about emerging technology so that they can able to fit into the present job profile needs. So where we can learn about all the different building blocks of industry 4.0. Yeah, please go to the next one. So we can able to bridge the gap. How can we do that? Please move to the next. Yeah, we just running short actually. Move to the next. So here we can see a kind of strategy where for different job profiles, like what are the skills they need to upbring themselves, so that they can able to get fit for the industrial needs in that way. So this is available in this graph. But yeah, move to the next one. So here we can see we should expand the landscape of learning, where we can have different topics, like where we in which the people would be experienced on in that way. So like we can cover different industrial solutions, like we can have mechanical solutions like fluid power based, or factory automation, or industry 4.0. That would be a kind of like multi stream in that way, where different stream of people can able to learn about network security, how far we can able to protect. Because when we talk about digitalization, we also should not forget about how quickly that could be tampered, like any unauthorized attack could happen in that way. So how we can able to protect our system, all those things lies. So we should have appropriate knowledge on different things. Okay, now let's see how we can able to get into industry 4.0 by having intelligent systems. So how can we establish intelligent systems? By means of adapting like the components in that way, like solutions. So one other thing would be like smart sensors. So nowadays, like industrial smart sensors started to use IO-link technology. This technology is meant for short communications, where the handling data, digital data, is very much easier, and it will do bi-direction or point-to-point communications, so that we can able to connect all the smart sensors. So imagine, like the sensors will start talking to us. So by that way, we can able to reduce smart maintenance. So here I would like to give an example to you. Like when imagine ourselves, we are in environment where we are in petroleum industry, and we need to take care of petrol pipeline in that way. And we have sensors at the different pipelines, because if you see petroleum industries, like the petrol would be transported from one place to another places, or processed for many kilometers of length in that way. So when an engineer been assigned to that, he is job would be like he always make sure all the sensors are working intact. So there, if you see, he should define the parameters for each and every sensors. So anything happens if they are not using smart sensors, then what happens if any sensor fails? He should go all the way there, and he should replace that sensor by the other one, and again he should do all the pre-setting things. So it takes a lot of time. Whereas when you have smart sensors, um, in which it will allow only the swapping of new sensor by replacing the old sensor. In no time, if any failed system is there, that can be swapped with working one as quickly as possible. So that is possible with these type of sensors. Yeah, so here we would like to show you a
Wondering what
video of
IO-Link
IO-Link.
is? Yeah. What it can do? How you can benefit from it? Exactly. Yeah. Well then, listen up. Okay. You work with sensors. Yeah. With actuators. Exactly. You're having difficulties establishing contact to both of them at the field level. How did you know? You have no communication between the field level and the control level. Down to the last meter, you can't even see your sensors and actuators anymore because of all the cables. Don't tell me about it. You've often grabbed the screwdriver only to rub your hands raw, and it hurts. You've grown tired of having to shut down half of the company just because a sensor is acting up. And so you're fed up with configuring your sensors and actuators based on rule of thumb estimates. Exactly. But you'd like to know how your sensor is doing at all times. What it's up to at the moment. Oh, yeah. And particularly how long it can keep going. You said it. In this case, before it's too late. Oops. In short,
You're increasingly frustrated that your sensors are doing work that can't be monitored. That they do what they want, not what you want. Exactly. It doesn't have to be that way, huh? Because now there is IO-Link. With IO-Link, that famous last meter becomes a racetrack for data, facts, information, and commands. That's interesting. IO-Link turns your sensors and actuators into true chatterboxes. IO-Link turns sensors and actuators into co-workers who do what you tell them. Oh, finally. And if you want a sensor to do something else, you can change the parameters while the system is still running. Really? That's great. And you want to know how the wiring works? Okay. If you can do this, then you're perfectly capable of installing IO-Link on your devices. But that's easy. It saves time. Spares your nerves. Oh, my nerves. And cuts back on sensor types. Hey, not to mention the new possibilities it opens up for machine design. Hey, that's IO-Link. Universal.
Yeah, move to the next one, please. So when we have smart sensors, it can make our work much easier, so that we can learn, what are the benefits of having smart sensors. So that we should have a course where related to that, and of course a learning environment where we can able to learn about the smart sensors. So when we say smart sensors, each vendors might have a different thing, like Siemens, IFM, Pesto, like that. Global vendors, they might have their own sensors. Here, the good thing is that if you have a master, you can have different branch sensors connected in a single environment. So here we need not to worry about much complex things in that way. So at a time, one sensor can be connected to one port, so that this sensor, either it can work like a typical sensor, conventional sensor, by sharing only the digital data, or it also can start sharing the informations, like how the IO link protocol works in that way. So by means of establishing IO link protocol, we can able to do a lot of things, like these sensors will start sharing process data, event data, service data. So with these data, some data would be cyclic, some data would be acyclic. So this can make our transition or switching sensors would be much easier. Yeah, let's just go to the next, please. Let us run on it. So here you can see, I just told you. So this can give a kind of a job requirement for different peoples in that way, like electricians and mechanic people in that way. And of course, these IO link sensors, this protocol, just imagine, if the transmitter transmits the data, and if the sensor could not able to receive it, the master will keep sending the request at least twice, and then it will declare that communication got failed. So the master will always check the presence of status of the sensor, and it will update us. So that can give a concrete information. With that we can able to understand, okay, this would be the root cause, so we can straight away address to that root cause. All these thing happens with the help of smart sensors. Yeah. So we should have a learning system where we can experience different types of smart sensors, and we should also get an opportunity to work on the such small sensors, by connecting a typical software with less coding knowledge. How we can able to learn to manipulate a sensor. Of course, it is possible. Example, we have a solution on smart sensors. Can you please run the slide if it is possible?
It is not running.
Okay, it was programmed in mind. Okay, go for the next, sir. Better go to the next. I will show you with the picture. So here we have different sensors, and here you can see a gateway which is available um, with multiple ports. So this IO-Link sensor will have a master link that can get connected to TCP/IP, or this one, like Ethernet protocol in that way. And Ethernet, of course, you also know, like for long distance or big network connections, and wherever you want to have short distance communication, we can go for IO-Link, so that acquisition of data is very much easier. Just go to the next one then, please. So here we can see, we can have standard sensors of different types, so that we can learn, there should be a platform where we can able to place the sensors and connect it with PLC, let us say, so that we can able to perform some decision making activities also as well. And before stepping into PLC, we can allow the students or people to work on the software connecting to the sensors, so that the software like Pactware, which was there in the previous slide, and I was just intentionally running because of less time. um, with the help of software, we can learn how we can able to manipulate the data as we like, so that remote control applications are very much possible. This is what the boom for present industrial needs in that way. So by adapting smart sensors. Yeah, please go on next. So with the available system, we can have different level of learning. We are connecting the sensors with software, or connecting the sensors with the PLC program, so that we can able to learn how to use PLC to control the smart sensors. Or we can have this one, like smart high link interfaces, so that we can transfer the data wirelessly as well. Yeah, please go ahead. So these are all the components you can able to get for systems. And of course, globally available IODD files can be used, that can be used for connecting. And another major point for having implementing industry 4.0 is machine learning. So here we can talk about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning in that way. In short, we can say artificial learning would be that covers the machine learning as well as deep learning in that way. Can you please go to the next in that way? So we artificial intelligence are incorporated in different segments of industries, we could say. So how we can able to learn about artificial intelligence? So we can create a neural network that can have the ability to learn each and every activities in that way, aggregates in that way. So it will acquire the data and it will start learning things. And then it will always take a decision from what it has learned. So we should have a system to learn about the actual machine learning system. So if you go to the next slide, you can see a video of how the machine learning is incorporated in didactic part. It is running faster. So here you can see, like cyber physical system of ours meant for training. So here the conveyor just moves the workpiece from one place to another place. Once it comes to the machine learning area, it will identify the marked thing in that way on the mobile case, so that it will locate that thing in that way. Can you go to the next one? So you can see here, you can see it just create the outbound, and it shows, like it has identified a scratch on the device in that way. So by that way we can implement quality control as well. So move on to the next, another example of implementing machine learning, you can see with the cobot. So here you can see, like the machine learns where we are, and it works along with us. So this is one, this is an example of industry 5.0 also. So where we can see human and machine works together. So you should have a learning system with a strong neural network, so it has the ability to learn more and more in that way. So and then with that, how we can able to implement how to do the troubleshooting of different activities, etc. And in short, we can say the system should be equipped enough to identify the anomalies. So if there is anything strange, it should immediately report, so that we can able to use that to do predictive maintenance. So to support that, we also have LX platform, where all these courses are available in digital platform. So where we can able to play a role of a teacher, we can assign courses to individual or group of students, and we can always monitor their learning and success rates, etc. So you can always find our products info in YouTube as well. If you go to YouTube and if you search for store, and you can find a lot of products which is very much related to industry automation and IIoT, etc. kind of stuff you can able to see. So here we try to explain, like as a solution providers, what we provide as a solution to industry, and that parallelly how we confine into a learning environment, so that others can get benefit out of it in that way. Yeah, please move to the next one. So here if you see, I intend to talk more on machine learning. here. So as one of your person asked, what is the growth? Here you can see IIoT retrofitting. So on the existing production process, if you place a ML system over there, let us say we can stick with an example. Yeah, we can able to use the machine learning system to identify how many work pieces has completed its job, and how many are not done in that way. So like that, we can able to use machine learning, to identify such things in that way. So that kind of retrofit, this is the best example of implementing IIoT. Yeah, please go to the next. So without having much coding knowledge, how a person can able to learn? So that has been provided here in that way. So we can have any modular production systems on which we can able to have these things, or we can have a standalone machine learning. We can talk only about the vision based system, how we can able to use the neural network in order to identify the classification and localization of anything. So on the video you might have seen, when person engineer marks a mark on the case of the mobile, like it identifies where the scratch was. So that could be an example of industrial application where we can able to perform some quality control, etc. So all these things are possible. So retrofitting would be the best platform for IIoT implementations. So that can be implemented on any learning systems, especially when we are dealing with group of students. That could be a modular production system, or that could be a cyber physical laboratory where we can have retrofitting of it, like placing a machine learning on the process, or having a standalone. Anything could be done. Yeah. So for that, we need not to have any knowledge or background on coding. So we should learn about the particular technology, because in present industry, people may not have enough time to create their own logics. They want the systems as much ready made as possible, so that they can able to blend it in the available environment. Yeah, with this I would like to stop, and I'm really sorry, it was really unfortunate I could not able to continue with my flow earlier. Yeah, please feel free to check with me right now. If you have any questions, you can shoot questions right now. Thank you.
Yogesh sir, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us for this wonderful, wonderful session and giving your valuable insights into the topic. I now open the session for interaction and questions.
Uh, Neetu madam, you can read actually if
Yeah.
there are some.
Okay, okay, sir. So, we have a few questions. We have a question from NP Sundar sir.
Yeah.
And Sundar sir has asked to elaborate on predictive energy, in particular the prediction aspects, sir.
Yeah, in predictive energy, if you see, let us take an example. If you are having a artificial intelligence incorporated to monitor a cylinder operation, we would be evaluating many points on it. Say, let us say, what is the velocity of the cylinder, and how much force it is producing, and at what pressure it is moving, and what is the flow of air, pneumatic air, etc. So we are having entire data streamed to the intelligence system that keep on tracking those things. And of course, with that intelligence what we have fed inside, so that actually showcases by implementing appropriate strategy on it, and it gives you value, like because it's very easy when the velocity falls down with the same existing pressure and flow. It is obvious that there is an internal leakage in the cylinder. So if that things continues, there would be energy loss. So when the flow sensor senses more flow, it means because of the created leakage, the energy which was passed to make the cylinder to work, that is losing anyway, which was not tracked by us. So by that way we can establish predictive maintenance. So either we should have the intelligence customized to our solutions, or we can adapt to a common platform where intelligence is already placed in it, so we can just map it with our own requirements. Two ways would be possible. So
Okay, sir.
vertical solution implementation or horizontal implementation can be done in that way.
Okay. And there is another question from Karthikeyan sir, and he has asked to explain in what way digital automation and digital twin are different.
Digitalization is different because that is a primary step for any industrial automation. In that way, if you want to adopt industry 4.0, it should have artificial intelligence, machine learning, and connecting technologies, etc. And digitalization is part of it anyway. But digital twin is totally different. In digital twin, two different platforms, two different entities, let us say hardware and software. It is moreover like we can say a conventional SCADA system. When we have a SCADA system, we will be having a monitor where we can keep monitoring the entire plant process, and from here we can monitor. So if anything happens, we can see where we are getting alarm, so we can focus on that part in that way. Or in case if we want to do some control activity, that is possible. Digital twin is like what's happening in hardware that will be reflected on software. What control we are feeding to software, that should be immediately in real time, should be controlled on the hardware as well. That is what called as digital twin in that way.
Okay. Okay,
So,
sir.
so for that we need to have a high-speed data sharing system, so which can able to transfer the data in nanoseconds, less than
Okay.
nanoseconds, so that we can always have a kind of yeah, almost real-time experience. But that is not actually a digital twin anyway. So most of the people, they put up a word called digital twin everywhere, but some systems could not able to achieve that point in that way. We can say that could be a kind of digital shadow. When anything happens with a little delay, we can able to experience on the screen. If anything we do here, it might take a delay, definitely, if the data transfers from one place to another place. Yeah, please, next.
Okay. And so another attendee, Shiv Narayan Bhatji, wants to know about the scope of jobs for CSE IoT students.
Yeah, so this actually opens white collar jobs now, or gray color, we can say, Yeah, so where lot of opportunities for students or beginners who can jump into data scientists jobs, where they can able to have the different types of environment, where they can able to create a software to pull all the data and analyze the data, and to study the data, and lot of deep learning things in the those things are there, especially for engineers. Like there are a lot of data analyzing jobs would be there for industry industry 4.0. So they again, how far you are seeing, because if you take a organization, we can have digitalization in different means. I was telling in the beginning slides in that way. Either understanding the requirement itself, we can have so people can able to place themselves in the place where they can able to start providing digital solutions, or they can create a platform, etc. They can able to do it. So different verticals, even in market study, we need to take the help of people with data analyzing ability. And for creating smart devices, we need people with data analyzing things, so that they can able to create a system that can throw all possible data to the system, like that. So there are different things in that way, like production process and marketing. There are different segments of industry. Everywhere they can able to fetch a job.
Okay, sir. We have another question from Dr. Malika Arjun. He wants to know the role of cybersecurity in manufacturing, sir.
That's really a good question, like because we also have a learning system to teach about cyber security. So we call it as network security. Why? Because when we talk about digitalization or IIoT, industry Internet of Things, everything becomes digital. So it would be open anyway, isn't it? So vulnerability also would become more. So anybody knowing the technology, they can able to attack unauthorized willingly in that way. All of a sudden they can able to get into any environment, and they can start manipulating the data. Just imagine, like even in India right now, we have smart grid systems. Imagine that if anybody want to take anything, like if they can simply they can steal the data from a smart grid, and they can able to control the entire industrial belt. They can cut off the power at any moment of time. So there comes, like a network security. So the platform should be there where the system should be smart enough. Only the authorized person with multiple step authorizations, they can able to access the data. Other people should not. That typically we might have also experienced, like how we are handling our bank accounts. Earlier it was different, but nowadays, like two-step verifications are there. Like either you will get a call or you will get a code, authentication code, so that you can able to open it. So such kind of things should be there. I would like to tell you one example. Like let us say you have a network switch where network devices are connected. So you are having a control of entire production plan. I mean, sorry, production line in that way. So if you want to take the data strategy of any machines, earlier what was happening, we used to stop the machine, pull the data out, but nowadays it is not like that. We can do port mirroring on the security devices where only the authorized people can able to access that. Okay, port mirroring can be done. So we can just take a loop of it, and we can, without disturbing the actual machine, we can always check the statistics of the particular machine. How far, how many number of hours that machine was running. Out of these much number of hours, how much good products it has produced, how many bad product it has produced, and how many rework it has initiated, etc. All those statistics we can able to get. And if any unknown person comes, if he try to insert any network, I mean, this one, LAN port, to steal the data, he may not know from which port they can able to take. So like that, like we can able to implement a different level of network security. And of course we can establish different firewall on the switch, because nowadays, like all the systems has become as much smart enough. Other than us, we also getting smarter nowadays, but to cope up with the present industrial scenarios, like we should start learning every day to day in that way. So the intelligent devices are there, like smart switches, smart routers. So it has its inbuilt in firewalls, accessed only by the authorized person. So those people only can able to access the data. So that is very much likely for the answer in that way, I think so.
Right, sir. Yogesh, sir, it was such an informative session, and we have a long list of questions. But since we are running short of time, so I think we'll have to end this interaction session right here.
Yeah.
And I thank everyone for showing your keen interest and your active participation. Once again, thank you so much, Yogesh, sir. Before I invite Professor Pradeep Kumar Dimri to deliver the vote of thanks, may I take the honor of introducing him to you all? Professor Dr. Pradeep Kumar Dimri is professor in the Department of Electronics Engineering and Dean of Students Welfare at JC Bose University of Science and Technology, YMCA, Faridabad. He is fellow member of Institution of Engineers India, fellow IETE, senior member IEEE, life member Indian Society of Technical Education, and he is current honorary secretary of IEI Faridabad Local Center. I invite Professor Pradeep Kumar Dimri to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Chairman IEI Faridabad Local Center, Engineer Inderdeep Singh Oberoi ji, Engineer Satya Prakash ji, Chairman Interdisciplinary Coordination Committee, Kolkata, Dr. Kingsuk Sen ji, Assistant Director, Technical Department, IEI Headquarters, Kolkata, our expert speaker, Mr. R. Ugesh ji, my fellow FLCC committee members, and all the audience present. On behalf of the Institution of Engineers India, Faridabad Local Center, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly or indirectly contributed to this webinar on the topic of artificial intelligence, industrial IoT applications, in industrial automation. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to IEI Chair President Engineer VB Singh ji, Engineer Satya Prakash ji, Chairman ICC Kolkata, Dr. King Sukh Sen ji, Assistant Director Technical Department IEI Headquarter Kolkata, Mr. Sudeep Chakravarti ji, and their team for their support in organizing this webinar. My most sincere thanks to expert speaker, Mr. R. Ugesh, Assistant Manager, Didactic Festo India Limited, for making very excellent presentation and making this webinar interesting and meaningful. And looking at the number of questions that have come up, I think it was well received by the audience, and on behalf of FLCC committee members, I express my gratitude to him. My special thanks to event moderator Dr. Neetu Gupta, Assistant Professor J.C. Bose, University of Science and Technology, YMCA Faridabad, and she has been very good at hosting this event and presenting the webinar. Last but not the least, I thank our honorable IEI members and all the participants who have blessed us with their presence and took valuable time of their busy schedule. Your presence and participation has made this event of good for us. And before I conclude, I would again request all the participants that for obtaining the certificate, please choose the e-certificate by paying a token amount. The link is available there. So with these warm words and kind message, we move to the conclusion of today's webinar. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you everyone for being a part of this session, and we look forward to seeing you at our upcoming events. Till then, stay safe and have a great day. Thank you.
And before we conclude, we would wish everyone a happy Republic Day, 76th Republic Day tomorrow. Jai Hind.
Jai
Jai
Hind.
Hind, sir.
Jai Hind, sir. Thanks, everyone. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, with kind permission from the chair, I am just disconnecting the recording and everything.
Yes, please. Please do it.